Perfect. I can do my screen share after.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Are we going to wait a few minutes or?
I'll get started because I want you to be able to, yeah. Off in good time since
I'll be
you're,
very attentive and ask lots of questions.
yes, Greg.
Sounds great, Greg. I'm glad you could be here.
Exactly. Yeah, I know there'll be more jumping on, but not everybody gets on time. So welcome everybody. We're so glad to have Michelle MacDonald on with us tonight. We're so excited. She wanted to come on and talk to us, and Ashley had talked to her before. Unfortunately, Ashley is not able to be with us tonight. She's just nursing Riley as she just woke up. But we're so thrilled that Michelle is with us tonight. So I want to introduce her and thank her so much for coming. I want to just introduce Michelle a little bit, tell you a little bit about her, and just explain how she got into Pampered Chef. If you have seen the pictures of her with her cute little ones, I hope you've seen that. She started with Pampered Chef in 2017. Started out just to sell a little here and there. I think this is what we all say when we first started, right? And as she was having her children, I was unsure of what everything would entail. And as she started her mat leave with her first, she started to realize that there was more to this business and thought she could work a little bit more and grow her team. So she promoted to director in June 2019 and advanced director in December of 2019. She's grown a lovely team across the East Coast in Ontario and still loves it as much as she did back in 2017. She is a full-time grade 9 math teacher and has a 5-year-old and a soon-to-be 3-year-old. Her husband is with the RCMP and so works shift work. And so needless to say, she has a lot on the go, and systems are her best friend. So that was what we wanted to talk a lot about. How do you manage all of this? You work full-time, you have 2 fairly small ones, your husband works shift work, and how do you make it all work? And how do you just fit it all in and make it look seamlessly easy?
I've got
it isn't, of course.
It's never seamlessly easy. If you look to the left of me, you'll see that soon to be 3-year-old that's right beside me.
Beside you, just off screen.
Happen to be awake like 2 minutes before 9.
It always happens, right? It's always that way.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to try to show you kind of how I ran my business in the school year when it's crazy busy, and how I kind of amp it up a little bit in the summertime, but still keeping that balance of time with my family, time with my kids, and like utilizing some downtime too. Because if you kind of listen to everything that she said, kind of sounds like there's more than 24 hours in the day, and there's not. I don't do this on my own a lot of the times. I use certain systems that have just made my job a little easier, and really it's more enjoyable because what's not in the system is the fun part. So I did kind of I'm going to see if I can get this to work. Let's see. And I'm going to skip through a couple of them because allow Zoom to share. Yes. Oh dear. Just 1 second. Of course I have to turn a setting on. See if that works.
You guys want to introduce yourself also in the chat and let us know who you are? That's a great idea too. And if you've got any questions, also put them in the chat because we'll have a time for questions afterwards.
Oh, there we go.
So feel free to do that too.
Okay. Can you guys see that?
Yes, we can.
And is it full screen for you?
Partial screen at this point.
What about that?
We can see all of your slides, but that's okay.
That's the little things, right?
Yes.
I can change. This is in presenter view, but I could change it to like a full screen view if that's easier. It's just so I can see you guys on the sides and see if you have any questions when it's
exactly. So that's good. Works great.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to skip over some of it because I think you covered some of it in the introduction. But I'm just going to kind of look about like how our team operates, and like we kind of have some values and a few different things that we try to keep in check every month, and then some ideas that we've passed around as team members, and then obviously the systems that we work, and then that balance of like work-life balance and being a full-time teacher as well. So like you said, I've got two amazing children who at the best of times get along and at the worst of times can make me want to pull my hair out, but I love them. My hair's still brown, so we're good. My husband's our CMP officer who works shift work. He's working nights right now. Boo. And we have a German Shepherd that you might even hear in the background too. Boo. Um, so I have been teaching for about 11 years now, and I've been with Pampered Chef for 6. And we currently live in Prince Edward Island. It's where we've started our CMP career. It's where my husband is from, and it's kind of where we hope to end it. It's pretty beautiful over here. I'm originally from New Brunswick, and I signed up under my sister, who is the only executive director right now in Canada with Pampered Chef, Christy Roach. So she kind of, sent me a little message a week before my wedding and was like, kind of need that 15 member. I'm kind of trying to get this big goal of director. Do you think you'd be interested? And I'm like, she's 6 months pregnant at this time, and they're coming to PEI in 3 days for our wedding. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not? I was like, if anything, like, what do I have to do? Right? Like, what's the minimum? And like she explained, as we do to some people when they ask, $200 every other month. And I'm like, oh, I can do that. Like, I haven't heard of anyone on PEI selling Pampered Chef. Sure, why not? So I joined. I even think she might have paid for my kit, and I refunded her after the wedding because I was like, I don't think I can put anything else through right now. Like, I am paying for everything right now. So that's what sisters do, right? You say yes and you figure out the other stuff after. Well, I'm still with it 6 years later, so it might have been a good idea. So like I said, you have to find that belief to really move forward in this business. If you don't believe that you can do it, you're going to give yourself a lot of self-doubt, and you're going to just keep yourself where you're comfortable, and you're not going to push forward. And it kind of took me, my first maternity leave, I started building a team, but my second maternity leave is kind of when COVID started. And I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's really dig in. And I have my years wrong on here. It was 2019 that I promoted to both director and advanced director, right before COVID. So we won't talk about that, but I was home with the kids. Daycares were closed. Business was booming, as most of you know. If there's anyone here that was around in 2020, 2021, were you all Pampered Chef consultants then? And I was like, sky's the limit. Let's see what we can do. So I started booking more parties, and I'm like, okay, if I want to keep this up when we go back to school, I need to figure out a way that this is going to be manageable. Because at the time I was working from home in my pajamas, the kids were running around, it was pretty easy at that point. But I realized I had to return to a classroom with like 35 kids and work and prepare and socially distance them with masks on and all of that other stuff. So what we did is, what we did is we, as a team, we figured out a few things or places that we could store really valuable information. And we based it all around the PET model. Has anyone here heard about the PET model? So it's called Planning, Engaging, and Time Management, PET. And essentially that's how I run my whole business. So, and I can share these slides with you guys later if you want, but there's like the bare minimum on it. So our planning is like planning ahead. It's the only way I seem to get organized. So I know fall launch is coming up right now. So in the month of August, as soon as I got my schedule to where I wanted it to go and like hit some team numbers, which I don't really know if we hit them right now because everything's paused for 5 days, but hopefully I think we did. Then I start working on my next goal. So I always have a goal to hit my personal goal and team goal by the middle of each month. So I can plan ahead for the next month. I don't like to leave things to the last minute because it gets me worked up a little bit. So right now, we're the 22nd of the month. I'm currently working on my new fall template. I'm working on what can I do differently in September, October, November that I haven't done before? So I'm dedicating my working time, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, to setting my fall up strong. Engagement is all about my customer group. So I funnel people in from my parties, and I'm about 90% virtual. I want to say like even 95% virtual right now. I'll do like a market or like an in-home if somebody really wants it. But my comfort is virtual because of time constraints with kids and husband and all of that fun stuff. I have an in-home party at the end of this month, and she pretty much like twisted my arm to do it. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. But if you're in-home, props to you, because so much more can come out of an in-home party than a virtual party. But I kind of like to balance. So engagement is, how can I funnel people into my customer group or my VIP group, whatever you want to call it. So in every virtual party that I hold, I am introducing them to my customer group at the beginning of the week and reminding them again at the end of the week. And then when I'm sending out some messages, I'm also including it in that message, because you need to actively be growing that customer group to be growing your business. Because each month I depend on my customer group to really like boost those extra sales. So whether I'm hosting a mystery host party with them or a shared rewards party, which I only do twice a year in my customer group, because it builds anticipation, it gets them excited, and it has really good results. So I normally do like a summer, like a Christmas in July. And then I do another one in January, right after Christmas. It's proven that people are looking to buy after Christmas because either they got gift cards or money, or they didn't quite get what they wanted, or they were waiting to shop in the Boxing Day sales. And I've had really good success with those 2 times of years. And then fundraisers. So like right now, we are doing a fundraiser in my customer group. It actually started as a help with cancer, and I switched it over to the wildfires because of everything that's going on in BC and Yellowknife. I just thought that that was a little bit closer to home at the current moment, and people are looking for ways to help. So I have a open shopping link in my customer group every month. We do double host rewards twice a year normally. So that's a really great time to host a mystery host party, because your customers are getting double free product. And they get really excited about that, because who doesn't want a chance to win like $600-700 in free product, right? And then lately, what I've been doing is I've been hosting workshops. So sometimes my workshops are free, where people can just jump on live with me. I'm in my Facebook group. And other times I market it as a paid workshop. If I'm talking too fast, please tell me. I like to ramble. So a paid workshop, I have an example that I'm going to pull up here in a second, would be that they order ahead of time. So if it's a freezer meal workshop, then they have to order the spices ahead of time. And I like to give them options. So like package 1 would be just the spices that they need. And it could be like a $50 or $60 package. And that includes all the spices they need, taxes if there's anything that's taxable, and shipping to their house. Option 2 sometimes is like all the spices that they need and like a coated chef's knife and a flexible cutting mat, whatever the price would that be for that one. And then option 3, if there's like a really good sale on or something that month, or like something like, the enamel cast iron right now is on sale and I'm going to use it in the freezer meal workshop, I might give them that option to add that too. And that most of the time will give them like free shipping. So they can pick their option of what they want to purchase. And then once I get 10 people interested, then we set a firm date and time, and we have the freezer meal workshop over Zoom, which we prep all together. And I've got all these documents too that I send them. So there's like a grocery list, the recipes, the day of cooking card that they would need, and what they need to prep before the workshop and bring with them, or like have on hand with them. they've been really fun. I've noticed that I don't offer them in the summertime because numbers drop. Like my last one that I offer is normally like May, and it's a grilling workshop, like how to prepare for the grill. So freezing like burgers and fajitas and things like that that you can use your cast iron to cook. And people are just busy in the summertime. The one that I'm currently offering is a smoothie workshop. So freezing 6 different types of smoothies. It's back to school. Kids are going to be getting out of bed earlier, needing something in their belly. I'm getting out of bed earlier. I need something to eat before we go. We love our blender and our smoothie cup adapter. So why not have these prepackaged in our fridge? So there's 6 different types. They make 4 servings. So I divide them in 2. So I'm going to have 12 frozen smoothie bags in my freezer. And I packaged them this time with the recipes and the snack bar maker, because the snack bar maker, we freeze our Greek yogurt in, and that's what we use to throw into our smoothies. That's the first package. And then the second package, they get the snack bar maker, and then they can choose one of the smoothie mixes that ends at the end of this month. Or what did I choose? It's on my slide. It was the smoothie mix. Everyone's chose the smoothie mix that's registered so far. It is, there we go. The smoothie mix or the reusable bags is the second option. So you can see here, if they choose with the first one, then they get the recipes, the grocery list, the snack bar maker. It's $50, ships to their door. So I'm putting it in for that one, not to cost me a little bit of money. I could put it in as like a past host discount or do like a group order to my house if they're local to me. The second one works out to be pretty much bang on. And then I tell them what the menu is, and I'm blasting this stuff like in my customer group, on my stories, my personal Facebook, until I reach that number that I'm comfortable that it makes sense to really run it. And like I said, you could do like a bread workshop, freezer meal, the focaccia bread mix that's coming out. That'd be a really fun free one to do, or like a $12 workshop, because they could just buy the bread and then they could use any cooking pan or stone bar pan that they have. And you could show them how to dress it, like how to make a nice design on it by using like peppers and tomatoes and any greenery that you could use. And you don't have to be perfect at it. You just kind of have to be like a step before them. So that's my customer group. That is my engagement. Sorry, I went off track there. And then time. So the rest of my time is spent engaging with customers and guests. So I make sure that I do a couple of things in all of my parties. Welcome messages to every single person that's in my group. So if I'm running 3 to 4 parties a week, we all know that Facebook doesn't let you send a lot of messages. So depending on the number of people that are in the groups, I have to space my welcome messages out. So the way I run my parties right now is it's over 7 days-ish. I normally add my host on Fridays. They start inviting on Fridays. I do pre-party stuff Saturday and Sunday, and then we start Monday. So over like that Sunday, Monday gap is when I'm sending my welcome messages. I have other interactive posts that you can see like on the left side, like what level of Pampered Chef are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, choose a number, comment below, just to get people engaging, because it's all about the algorithm. So that's the rest of my pet model is you want to plan ahead. You need your engagement in your customer group, but you need to spend time talking to the customers that are in front of you every day. So engaging with those customers and guests, welcoming them. And I always do a wrap-up message as well as my host. So let's take a look. So how do I get people engaging is I always end my posts with a question. So if I'm looking to get them talking, I'm going to ask them like, so I'm curious, what is the recipe that you love that came from your parents? So like I posted a reel today about making meatballs from my mother-in-law. So in my caption was, what is your favorite family recipe that you've carried on? Comment below. So I'm always ending with some sort of engagement question. Drop it in the comments. What would you choose, A, B, or C? Things like that. So that's your ideas for your engagement. When I send my welcome messages in my virtual parties, I always post in my party too. So you can see this little guy over here. So I say, who loves gifts? I sent each of you a private message. Hit reply to that message and tell me one word that describes you in the kitchen, and you'll get a gift from me. At that point, when they message me that comment, I start a little chit chat with them, ask them why they picked that name, that word, and let them know, okay, so normally what I do is I gift a me cookbook. However, Nancy is hosting a party for me this week. If she's able to get 3 party bookings by the end of the week, she's going to get some extra host rewards. If you want to be one of those people that book a party, I've got an extra gift for you. And I send them a graphic where they can choose one free gift, and they get that gift at the time of their own party. So when they host, I add it onto their host order. So that's been really successful in getting future bookings with really minimal work for me, because I'm going to send them a welcome message anyway. So in that message, I've now started dialogue, and I'm already starting to book future parties. And at first, when I started doing that, I'm like, oh, why am I asking them to host a party before they've even ordered? That's not really fair to their host. But then I've had some coaching on it, and it's like, why can't they host in order? They can order from their friend and still host their own party. And even better, when I ask them to join my team, they can order, host, and join, right? Why are we going to limit them on what they possibly want to do? Okay, so here's my systems. It's not crazy out there. I do pay for Post My Party. Some people use SynShare. I'm a Post My Party person. It's what I started using when I went back to work in 2020, and it's what I've continued to use. I do all my templates in Post My Party. So I normally have a pre-party template, which I don't change a lot. I just edit it to like what the monthly specials are, if there's any specials that Pampered Chef came out with, or if there's like a seasonal post in there, like a summertime fun post, I'll change it to like a fall winter post. And that's in the Facebook group when people join. Then I have my actual template that has like my pre-party posts for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then my actual template post. And I change that up about every 3 months. So I normally run a template. Like right now, I'm doing my fall one. It'll be September, October, November. I'll change it a little bit for December because it's like crunch time in December. And then I'll have a new template for the new year, January, February, and then new products come out in March. So I'll do March, April, May, and then a summer template. And I can run 4 to 6 parties a week using that because that's automated stuff. In my templates, I always make sure to add in like personal information about me, my kids, pictures, videos. And that I call like, that runs my party. But like the Boards app is like what the oil is that keeps them running. So in a Boards app, so Boards is a free app. They tried to get people to pay for it. Nobody did. So then they left it free. So it is a free app that you can use on your cell phone or on your computer, but it's a lot easier to use on your cell phone. And what it looks like, so this is like my main dashboard, and you just make files. And in your file, you can put whatever you want in there. So if you see like the picture, pick one free item when you book your party, that's the graphic that I use in that welcome message after I've talked to them a little bit and asked them to host. Those are the items that they could pick as their free item when they host. I always have my current template in this, and I share my Boards app with my team so that they can see like our current template, our monthly special, certain engagement posts. I change those up for the season. And then host coaching. Who here hosts coaches? You need to host coach. Nothing is going to get done unless you have your host on board. So if I go to this one, you'll see that I have my host coaching kind of broken up. And this took time, but then once this is done, it's literally at the click of my finger, and I just copy and paste and send my messages to my hosts. So I've got Facebook host coaching, I've got some booking messages, our template, and then some recruiting in Facebook parties. So like what I could say to certain people if they're like my rock star guests, or if they comment on one of my posts about the business, things I could say to them. So if I click here, can you guys see that? These are all my Facebook, my host coaching messages. So what you're going to notice is I actually start the Monday before the party. So a week before they're going to party with me, I start coaching them. So like my Monday before has like the current host specials, and it's pretty generic. Good morning, XX. I put their name in there. Thank you for scheduling a Pampered Chef Facebook party with me. The host specials are blah, blah, blah. So all I do is I just copy this, love that, paste it into a message. It's even easier on your phone because there's a share button and you can just share it, and then in Messenger, pick who you want to share it with and send it to them. And I just edit the things that need to be edited, like their name, and attaching the specials that are all right there. So you can share with them just by clicking share. So that is my host coaching. There we go. And it goes right up until like the wrap up day on the final day. And then I even have a post that I post on the following Monday once the party's closed, like announcing my prize winners, doing, that final call out for anyone who wants to host. There's still time to order. Your host hasn't submitted their order yet. Things like that. So like boards is amazing. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so I know that I'm going to be sending this off to my host. Good morning. It's going to be an amazing day in your party. It's Wish List Wednesday. Can you please post this graphic? Change up these words to make it sound like you, and be the first one to comment in the comments. So they post that picture, they comment, and it gets everybody commenting underneath. And then people are starting to build their wish list. Any questions about boards, about Post My Party?
We do have some questions here.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
So I heard that if once you hit 100 clicks on boards, that you will have to pay for it. Not that I'm opposed to getting boards because this looks amazing, but I don't know. Do you think you've reached that threshold yet?
Oh gosh, yeah. I've been using it for like 3 years.
Oh,
I've
weird.
never been asked to pay for it.
Okay,
I
awesome.
created an account.
Hmm.
We've shared
Okay.
boards back and forth on my business, like in our customer group, not in my customer group, in my team group.
Mhm.
Back like 2 months ago, they were talking about making it cost,
Okay.
and then it just went away.
Hmm.
I was about to like upload all my stuff to like a Google ClickUp or something, and then they're like, just joking, you don't have to pay. I advise not to download the keyboard with it though. The
Okay.
keyboard that you can download with boards on your phone drives me crazy. Crazy.
Okay. That's a good tip.
And then I know we're crunching in on time here. The only other thing that I do in my month is I send out a monthly newsletter.
Hmm.
So that it gets sent out to anybody who is like a new purchaser, signed up for my newsletters, like opted in. And you can do those. I do mine through Flowdesk, which is a paid service, but you can do it through MailChimp. Post My Party now, if you do their upgraded version, which they just launched, has a newsletter in it that you like, a template that you can fill out now and send. And that's it. Like I said, I don't do anything mind-blowing. I just have everything in one place.
That's awesome. I use Post My Party as well. I've had trouble though, anytime I want to add any of the PC videos that they don't play properly in Facebook. Do you have a workaround for that?
Yeah, there's a couple. Did you upgrade your Post My Party when they sent out all those emails, or are you still on like the
I
9.95?
can switch back and forth between the two.
Okay. So one workaround is if you use Canva, which I use Canva for like everything. When I'm doing my template, you can put your videos into Canva and save it as an MP3
MP3, okay.
and then upload it to Post My Party and it starts to play as soon as it gets posted. I've been finding the last 2 months, if I download the videos to my computer and then upload them onto Post My Party, they've been playing fine.
Okay, so with the old Post My Party, you couldn't do videos like from your computer.
Right. And
But
that's
then
why
with
I
the new
used to
one, you
use,
can?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they
Yeah,
updated
cool.
their video links. So I was just working on my template tonight and I was just saving them to my computer and then just uploading them into my template and they were playing no problem and showing the video like as like the screenshot or whatever it is.
Okay, awesome. That's good to know.
But if it doesn't work for you in Canva,
Canva.
even the free
Mhm.
Canva, save it as an MP3 and then you can upload it as a when you go to upload it to Post My Party, if you use Canva, upload it as a GIF
Okay.
or GIF or whatever they're called.
Okay. So in the new, so you're not clicking that Canva link in Post My Party when you do that?
No, no, I wasn't. I was uploading them as a GIF and they were playing
Okay.
fine. But in the new version, I can just upload them as a video.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they've changed that. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you're muted,
Yes,
Judy.
sorry. Sorry, Greg has a question here. Do you mostly party on Facebook or are you also using Table?
Good question. So how do I stop share? Sorry. I guess we'll just keep, oh, there we go. Stop share. So this week is the first week that I integrated the new Table. So I tried Table. I was in the test group with Table when it was first launched. Then I backed out. I tried it again when they revamped it last year. I was just having a lot of issue getting people to join the party. So I went back to what I know best. And then this time I'm loving it because you can integrate the link with your Facebook party. So this week, what I did is I did create my parties on Table. I uploaded the content and everything, copied the link, and I just used it as my shopping link in my Facebook group. So I still ran my current Facebook template, but anywhere that I would normally just have like the shopping link for the host, I put the Table shopping link in this time. And I made a video at the beginning of the week and said, you know, if you're like me and you don't really have time to come back and check all the parties every single day, or you might forget about it, click on this link. It's your one-stop shop. It's a landing page. You can get the catalog, you can get the shopping link, you can see some videos, you can click on things that you like, check it out. And that's all I did with it. I had 4 parties running this week. One of my parties, no one joined Table. Another party had 5. Another party had like 7, and then one party had like 12. So I was like, okay, it's the first week. That's fine.
I don't
So
think
I am going to use it kind of like a landing page. It's also a great link if you have a customer group. You can pop it in there too and get them joining. Awesome. I have 2 kids up now.
Great, great. Always the way.
No, don't have a
Right.
shirt on. Jump in bed.
I was just going to add, I'm not sure that they have the catalog anymore in the Table link.
Okay, so down at the bottom of Table, one of the last things that they have where it like talks about hosting a party or joining, in there you can see like the monthly specials. And I think there is a catalog link there, but what I did is I made
Okay.
my own post. So I created a new post with the catalog link and I
Okay.
posted it. You can create topics now in Table. And one
Right.
of the topics is consultants' favorites.
Mhm.
Hi. So I did my catalog link as a post in consultant's favorite. And I did I did sorry, I'm losing my concentration here. One is my catalog link, and the other one that I did was the current specials, because I didn't think that they'd scroll all the way down, click on how to host, and then see the current specials. I wanted them to see them right away.
Mhm.
So they're now under a new topic that says consultants' favorites.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, yeah.
And then you have to remember to upload those when you're doing your table outline, and it creates the banner at the bottom. So like the curated information where there's like 4 or 5 banners right now, it'll create a 6th banner in yellow.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
just
called
have to
called
change.
consultants' favorites.
So the specials, you just have to change those every month yourself then.
They automatically change
Oh, they do?
on
Okay.
table.
Okay.
Mhm.
I just wondered if you did them yourself, whether you'd have to change them.
I found a workaround on table a little bit because they create their customer specials and host specials in Canva.
Mhm.
When you actually get to that bottom of the table event and you click on, it's the girl showing how to host an event or how to join a team, and it says current specials. It's a Canva, what's it called? It's like a loop.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I want to
Hmm.
say carnival, but it's not carnival. Carousel. There we go.
Okay.
The Canva carousel. And if you click on it in table, you can share the link. So I've
Oh,
copied that link into my post.
oh, cool. Okay.
So then that should update every
Hmm.
month with the new specials. I'll know for sure September 1st.
Okay. When you mentioned about your other content and Canva and whatnot, and adding in videos, can you use links from YouTube as well? Does that work?
Yep.
Okay.
You can, because Canva will populate the video.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
But again, in Post My Party now, you can just put the YouTube link in and it works.
Okay.
So that's primarily what I do. But at one point, Post My Party wasn't allowing us to like upload any videos. So I had to do the Canva workaround.
Right. Okay. I've gotten used to using SynShare, so that I've never used Post My Party before.
Yeah. And I feel like they're very comparable.
Yeah. But boards you can use with anything, right?
Boards is just like an app where you can store information.
Yeah, I've got it, but I haven't used it. But that's a good idea because I've got a lot of things in notes on my phone, but putting it into that, like something where you can
I
just
don't have my
use it.
phone on me.
That would be
It's
a
so
great
easy,
idea.
like the little shared button on your phone. It's like you
That'd be
share
great.
it, Messenger pops up, you click who you want to send it to, and then I just
Awesome.
edit it.
Yeah.
Or like when you're really tired and forget to edit it and have the wrong name in, you're like, oh.
Yes. Yes, been there, done that. That's
Michelle, sort of a naive question that I have for you, because I'm a relatively new consultant. I just started in November. I've been using Table exclusively because that's what Dash training supports for all of this stuff. And trying to get the engagement and the buy-in is always a bit of a struggle. All of the work that you've done is fantastic. It reminds me of, and Judy knows this, I just retired as a professor from the college, and I had all of my courses all on eLearn, all very well organized, and at the click of a button you could run any course, and yours is very much structured like that. But to learn the system that we were using for our eLearn took like about a year and a half of painful courses. And most of these things that you're talking about, I'm assuming, Post My Party, boards, and I've dabbled a bit in Canva, but not very much. Did you just become proficient in them from using them? Like, because they're that's always like the hardest way to try to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, and I obviously, Amy, can you please not do that? Obviously, I had a lot of stuff shared with me too. And I don't mind sharing, like, even that host coaching, like that whole thing that I have in my boards. I don't mind sharing that. I can share that with you, Judy, and you can share the link in your groups. And then what that does is it prevents you from having to go and create all your own, right? You just have to go in and tweak it to make it sound like yourself.
Right,
Right.
right.
And that's being in this business for 6 years. There's been a lot of sharing from other leaders and other uplines. And I mean, my sister, I don't know if you guys know Christy at all, but
Yeah.
when she dives into something, she dives in like 100%. So a
Yeah.
lot of it comes from her trainings too, right? And things she's shared with me. And Canva for me is fun. I enjoy Canva. Um, I've used it in my classroom quite a bit. I also teach science. So anytime we do infographics and stuff, I'm showing kids how to do it too. And they're showing me how to do things at the same time, a lot of the time. So Canva is just a playing with it type of thing. Post My Party, I watched a lot of the tutorials. Like when you log into Post My Party, there's a bunch of video tutorials. And you find workarounds. That one took a little bit more time, and it does take me time to make my templates. Like there's a lot of work that goes into my template.
Oh, I'm sure. It's like
Yeah.
any of our online education stuff. It takes forever to create them if you want them to be robust and meaningful at all.
Yeah, and I tweak them, but I mean, it'll take me a couple days to make the fall one, but then it's done.
Well, yeah, that was like creating asynchronous learning courses. Do them really good the first time, and you don't have to do them over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michelle,
Okay.
how many posts would you have in your like each day for your templates?
So I post at 8 a.m., 12 noon, and then I do an engagement at 3 and I post again at 8 p.m. And then in those time frames, I have like a few bursts. So like 3 or
Like really
8
close
posts.
together. Yeah.
Yeah. So like
Oh,
8, I
like
do
10?
8.
10 posts in each burst?
No, like 3.
Oh, okay.
So like I'll do like 8, 801, 802.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's
So you have
always
like a
related.
video, recipes, and some like products or
Yeah.
whatever that go with
So
it or
I do
whatever.
like
Yeah.
a 5-day theme. So Monday to Friday.
Mhm.
And to be honest, I base them off of what the table templates are. Because
Mm,
why recreate when you can take their ideas? It's all the videos and the images that are there anyway. And then
true.
I add in my specialty stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I find that to be the most tedious part of the job is creating all these templates.
Yeah. And at one point in life, we had a really good method. This is going to end badly here for these two. With all of our leaders where we would take turns making the templates. But then I realized that this might sound bad, but I really liked mine.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And
That's
that's the
awesome.
thing. I think we find out that our own templates, our own words sell to our customers because it's on our own voice and it's us talking to our people, and that's what's gonna speak better to who we're talking to. I have
Exactly.
a question. How many hours would you say you put in per week? I know that's hard to say, but
Like
do you have?
personal hours.
Yeah.
So how I run, so from September to June, what I do is I try to wake up about a half an hour before the kids in the morning, and I do my host coaching and everything in the morning. And then I'm at work, right? I'll check in sometimes at lunchtime. I'll check my phone and see if anybody's sending me like messages and stuff. I'm pretty fortunate where I work. We do have like an hour lunch break, and I only have duty once a cycle. So I can do that. And then I don't check again until the kids are in bed at night. So I've got really strict boundaries in that sense that like I pick them up normally at 4:30 and they're in bed normally by 7:30. They must have heard my voice. I don't know. And then I normally put like an hour in at bedtime if I have to. Some days during the week, I definitely don't. Like earlier in the week in my parties are pretty slow and it's just host coaching. Like I've already sent the welcome messages and it doesn't really fire up until like Thursday, Friday, Saturday at the end of the party. So if I had to guess, and I've had many people ask me, I would say about 7, 8 hours a week when I'm running a lot of parties. Summertime, I would say like 5, 6 hours just because we are traveling and having fun in the sun.
So who does your party setup and stuff, or is that easy because it's on Post My Party and so it's just
Yeah,
automatic?
my party setup takes me no time.
Wow.
Party setup for me takes about, oh my goodness. I want to say if I'm setting 4 parties up, I can have the Facebook groups made, the Post My Party schedule in like half hour.
Mhm.
And then I added table this week. So it probably took me like 45 minutes this week to set up my parties. But then once that's set up, it's just the engaging and the host coaching for the rest of the week.
Okay. And then sending your messages, do you do that on Project Broadcast or mostly on Messenger?
I do Messenger. Yeah. Yeah. I actually don't use Project Broadcast. I didn't have time to talk about this, but I do use a texting service called Shout. It's very much so like Project Broadcast. But I'm gonna be honest, like I do have a hired virtual assistant as well, but all she does for me is sends my text message through Shout. So I don't send them.
Okay.
So I don't mention those necessarily in my system because I don't do it. It's not me.
Right. So she doesn't set up your parties or
Nope.
any of that sort
No,
of-
haven't gone there yet.
Okay.
It's still all me.
So your business, like the 7 to 8 hours or the 5 hours, that's entirely what you do to run your business. That's
Yeah, and I'm not including like if I'm doing live cooking or anything like that because I'm cooking for my family anyway. It's just a
Right.
matter of like going live on my phone.
right. So do you have a live demo in your party then? Is that what you include, or are those mostly videos you've already made and plug into your template?
I've been using Reels. Okay, sorry, just 1 second.
I know our time's up.
That's okay. Yeah. I just put my leg there. I didn't kick him. So every week changes. Sometimes I'll pop in and I'll do like a 5-minute like video and show them how to use. What did I do the other day? We were using the deluxe stand mixer. So I wanted to show the features. And I pop in and show the features. But I've been using Reels a lot because there's a lot of studies that show that people only want to tune in for like 30 to 45 seconds.
Yeah.
So when I'm making my supper, like today we did meatballs, I made it into a reel and I shared that reel. In all of my parties.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, you two, give me 5 minutes, please. They're cute, but
Yeah, very cute. Very cute.
Thanks,
right.
Michelle. That was
no
super helpful.
problem. Sorry, it was
That was so
distracting,
awesome.
guys, but this
No,
is
not at all.
We're used to
one
that.
reason why my customer group is called Michelle's Mealtime Madness.
I
Oh,
love
that's great.
I love your systems though. Like
Yeah,
keep it simple, stupid, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
yeah. That's
Thanks.
awesome.
And
Thank
honestly,
you so
if you
much.
do have any questions, like you can find me on Facebook or Instagram and reach out if you have any crazy questions. And like I said, I don't mind sharing that boards app too, and you guys can take a look at that.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be
Thanks,
amazing.
Michelle.
All right,
Awesome.
I gotta
All right.
go.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Take care. Thank you.
All right, that was awesome. Wasn't that great?
That was
Jenny.
fantastic.
Yeah, that was really, really good. So and I like what and Jenna Lee clicked off, but Jenna Lee and I were talking earlier. I think we're all looking to like how we can work our businesses smarter, not harder, right? We're looking at
100%.
the, like people want to know, especially in the summer. A lot of people have got lots going on. They've got
Yeah,
summer holidays and all those things, but they want to keep their business going. They want to still have that income coming in. They don't
Yeah.
want to, like their bills are still coming in. They still have
Yeah.
groceries to pay for. They still have gas to pay for. They still have whatever they were doing with that income during the year. They still have to do during summer, but they don't want to put in the time they were putting in when they had time
Yeah.
during the year.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I hear people talk like this, I realize we don't have to put in so much time. If we have
Right.
systems in place and we have stuff, we should just be able to plug it in. And it's very true.
And that's the thing, like she's doing, just
Yep.
plan it out and
Okay.
create a system like she has.
Yeah.
And
And that's what I
use
find
that.
with table. It's so easy. You just
Right.
like, you plug it in and you use it. And I
Yes.
always incentivize joining table. Like I
Yes.
incentivize it. I reward people for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
My early bird draw, and I find
Yeah.
that gets people in. But it's those things that we learn to do, and then
Yeah.
make a system out of it, so that, our wording, like when you get wording, you write it down
Right.
and put it in some sort of document for yourself,
Yeah.
so that you're not reinventing it every single time.
Yes. Yes.
And that's just, what we learn to do. I know we have a table, like we have hosting words, we have like,
Yeah.
how to coach and all those things.
Yeah.
But we start to find what we use. And if you copy that and then like redo it with your own, you
Yeah,
get
for
to know
sure.
what you use. And
Yeah.
that's how you make your systems too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you get to know what works for you and your own wording. So when you
Yeah.
get it into your own wording and you save it, then you can just plug it in yourself. And it does save so much time when you can just like literally copy, paste it, plug it in,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and not reinventing it. Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
all
saves
right.
time. No
Well,
worries.
that was great. I really liked it.
Awesome. Yeah, that was really, really good. So I'll get from her what,
Yeah.
if she's willing to pass on what she uses in boards. That host coaching is really, really interesting. I like what she does with her, like some of her workshops and things like that. Those are something
Yes.
that, we can research those freezer
And
workshops.
I heard
Big
people
thing.
talking about things like that, like doing
Yeah.
charcuterie boards and things like that
Charcuterie
at
boards,
the
yes.
when I was at
Yes.
Toronto on the weekend.
Yes.
And I was thinking even like the focaccia bread. I make focaccia bread from scratch, but I mean, to do the focaccia mix, I mean, I could run that like,
Yeah, that's so easy.
those
And you could say, hey, like I run it from scratch. So if you want that recipe, I've got that too. But
right, right. Yeah. But here's the entry level.
Here's the entry level, right?
Yeah.
And well, I just went out of my head. We were Ashley and I were also talking about getting somebody to talk to us about charcuterie boards and how to do them too. So
Okay.
that's in our list of guest speakers, and we know we have someone in mind to do that.
Okay.
So, just to give us some tips and that sort of thing too, because I know that's something really current right now too.
Okay.
So yeah, and with that cake decorator that's come out, I wonder if that's something too, cake decorating and that kind of thing. That's something maybe that people will be interested in workshops with that as well.
For sure.
So there's lots of things, and we don't have to be like she said, we don't have to be an expert. We just have to be one step ahead.
Yeah.
Right? So
and you saw my my Facebook Live on Peak Explorers.
I did. Congratulations.
Catherine had asked for the 5 of us that were there if we would all try to do a little report on what we got out of it, to try to get people to go to these sort of things more often. So
yes,
so
awesome.
I was waiting because I have some PC gear on order that I thought was going to be here, but I didn't realize the stuff ships out of California. So when I got notice that it was shipped, I thought, oh, well, it should be here in 2-3 days, like a normal Pampered Chef order. But no, it comes out of California. So
yes, it takes much longer to get PC gear, and right now everything's on hold from the 19th to the 23rd. So like Michelle said, our stuff's not updating, our sales aren't updating, we're kind of in limbo, things aren't shipping. So there's a bunch of things we kind of don't know right now what's going on. So but that would be great. I would love to hear from you too. So maybe next week we can
for sure. And I
want to hear from
so
you
one thing, one thing I will never do is just jump into either yours or Ashley's group for us and do stuff without you guys knowing that it's going to happen. Catherine had asked, would you do a Facebook Live in there? And I said, yeah, absolutely. And I thought, maybe it would be good in our groups as well, but I wouldn't just do that until we had talked about it.
You're welcome to do that, because like we want participation in our group. So you're definitely welcome to do that. Yeah, please do that, because like we do want participation in our group. So any kind of participation, and especially when you've done something like that, really does like people need to hear that kind of thing, and it does while you're still excited to talk
Right.
about it. It's great for people to hear that, get that momentum going.
So
You're the only person that went live.
yeah, so I could do it in Dream Builders and Shakers and Bakers, or
Yes,
just do it in Dream
absolutely. You can
Builders,
do
or
it in both. You can do it in
both.
both if you feel like you want to,
Yeah.
for sure, in Dream Builders. But yeah, we love to hear you. I was
Okay.
trying to figure out if you could copy it from Peak, but if you're able to do it again in Dream
I don't know. I might be able to
Awesome.
do that. I might be
Yeah,
able to do
if
that.
you could do
Yeah.
that, that'd be great.
Okay.
You could download it. You could see if you can download it and then put it into a YouTube link, or
Yeah.
you know, you could do
Yeah.
it live.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you did a
Alrighty.
great job, and it's great. It's just good to hear that enthusiasm from people when they go live, because you know, so many people went to conference last year and it was infectious when people came
Right.
back and talking about
Right.
it. So
For sure.
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna run.
Yes, great.
Good night,
Thanks so
Judy.
much for joining.
Thanks.
You
Good to
won
see
the
you.
draw prize because you came. So
Have a good night. Take
right,
care,
you
Judy.
too. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.